June 23rd, 2023, around noon. Already 80 some degrees. No, it's 11 o'clock, sorry. And it's already 80 some degrees in this part of the state, anyway. This is my new iPhone 14. Finally got it yesterday. It actually arrived Tuesday, but it was supposed to arrive Monday. I went and waited, and then they said no, it'd be Tuesday. And then Tuesday came around, and I went to go get my phone, and then it unfortunately arrived. I had a board meeting that I had, so I had to leave so I could have my board meeting and take care of my charges where I'm at, because they have meds at certain times. So they came after I left. So after I got back up to where I'm at. So I didn't go down the other day, Wednesday. So they sat there for a day. And then yesterday I finally got to get my new phone up and running. So I'm hoping the video is better than it is on my iPhone 8. Yeah. So my mom is, believe it or not, really glad. She's like, how do you like the new phone? I really like it. I was like, whoa, my 76-year-old mother is saying she likes the phone. Or she's 78. I don't know. She's in her 70s, okay? So anyway, she's actually very happy over the new phone. And it's one reason I stay with iPhones, because my mom knows how to work an iPhone. Her first smartphone was my old LG flip phone. And then I gave her my old iPhone. And I bought a Samsung Galaxy. And that thing crapped out on me quickly. And I bought an iPhone because the iPhone I let my mom use was still working. So then I bought us both an iPhone. I think we had 7s. Was it 7s? I think it was 7s. Anyway, it was either 6s or 7s. I really thought they were 7s. Anyway. And then I bought the 8s because, you know, just had to have the latest technology. Now I don't. I'm like, forget it. I hate paying for recent technology. So anyway, now we have iPhone 14s, which is not recent because they're about to have the iPhone 15. And not to mention, we just have the iPhone. Not the Pro, not the Max, not the, you know, it doesn't do dishes. I don't want it. If it does dishes, I'd buy it. And cleaned house, then I would buy it. But since it doesn't do any of that, I think I can text, I can download apps, I can use apps. I can record, hopefully. We will see how this goes. And take pictures. And that's pretty much, you know, and call and, yeah. I think I can do everything I need to do on this. So, yeah. I don't need fancy photography or anything like that. Which I don't know what all the iPhone Max and Pro do, but whatever. But yeah, so that's why, you know, if there's a better phone out there, I pretty much stick with the iPhone because I have to know how to use it. So my mom knows how to use it in case something changes. But she got this thing down really fast yesterday. So I was like, awesome. And she really likes it. So I'm really happy about that. Like, great, because we're going to be paying for them for the next 3 years. So yeah. So let's see. Drama. We had drama in my life. Sunday, we had a fire at our condo community that we live in. Not near us. I wasn't sure when I got a text from one of my board members that was like, every fire truck in the city is here. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I'm like calling my mom and she's not answering. And then I finally call our house line and she answers and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I was told like every fire truck is there and, you know, I'm kind of worried. And my mom goes and looks and she says there's a fire truck and a fire and rescue like EMT thing and the police, of course. So, and a hazmat's there for hazardous stuff, I guess. pretty much your normal run-of-the-mill people that have to show up at an emergency. There's a few dramas this week that deal with emergency vehicles, believe it or not. It's very, I guess it's a full moon or anyway. So that's the first one. So everybody's okay in the unit that was on fire. Guys, I know it's a few $100s, but get your dryer vents cleaned out. That's where this fire started, was in the dryer vent. We had our dryer vent cleaned out not a couple years ago, last year. And my dryer doesn't overheat as much at all, actually. And now I feel better because so much stuff came out of that vent and probably never been professionally cleaned. Ever, of course. So I was really, yeah. So not a waste of money to have your dryer vent cleaned. Very important, I think. It's one of the preventative maintenance things that not only helps the life of your dryer, but helps maybe not cause a fire in your house or whatever. So anyway, that was good. I mean, not good, but I mean, nobody was hurt. No animals were hurt. No humans were injured. They had to break down a unit next door's door because nobody answered because they weren't home. That kind of sucked because, yeah. But we have concrete walls between our units, thankfully, because normal communities like that, they go up in flames really fast. But they call them firewalls because they're all concrete, but it was just built with concrete, and in between our floors, our upstairs and downstairs part of our unit is concrete. So if there's a kitchen fire, actually, it'll be less likely to go up into the bedrooms. You probably have smoke damage and stuff, but anyway. So it's kind of a good thing to have those walls the way they are, as well as a little bit of soundproofing. Like the board member said, next time I'm complaining because I can't hang a picture on that wall, I will think twice about complaining. Like, good idea. Find really good sticky tape. They've got some really good sticky tape stuff out lately, so I'm trying that stuff too. So anyway, or you have to have a hammer drill to get into those concrete walls. It's really not easy, but it's fine. I'd rather that than, someone set a fire and, yeah. Those fires don't spread as fast or as well because we do have fire walls between. Unless you are, because I think if there's a long line of units, there's supposed to be a firewall within so many units. But so unless you have that one wall. So yeah, if you have concrete walls and stuff, consider yourself lucky. If there's a fire, you have less chance of having your house burned down. So anyway, like I said, they broke into that unit. Oops, not a good thing, but it had to be done. So then I'm coming in Tuesday. So this happened Sunday. And then I'm coming in Tuesday to wait for the cell phones that showed up after I had to leave. But anyway, so I'm coming in and there's an ambulance behind me. So I moved to the right, okay? And then there's a fire truck coming up the other side of the street that does a Louis. So I'm on a two-lane street going towards my house. And there's concrete medians. And so the fire truck pulls in front of me and blocks the area. There was a car on the right, I noticed. And there was people out of the car. So obviously they're the ones having the emergency situation because the ambulance pulled up, blocked me in because I moved to the left to let the ambulance go and also try to find a way out of there. Obviously, there was an issue. And I ended up being blocked in for a while because the guy was behind me and it was a mess. But then the police officer came and backed everybody up. We got backed up. We got out of the way. But I did not hamper the ambulance or the fire department from getting to this person having a medical crisis. Obviously bad. If you stop a car on the side of the street and just, holy cow, must be bad. So anyway, that was fun. And then, so, let's see. So then, let's see here. So our phones didn't arrive. I had our meeting and that's when we talked about the fire that happened inside the unit and all that stuff. But no, something else happened before then. Yeah. Okay, so I was sitting there, I think it was Tuesday. So here's another Tuesday thing, and all of a sudden there's emergency vehicles, about four of them, three or four of them, coming through our community again. I'm like, oh my goodness, who's on fire now? And it was actually a guy, a lady who kind of keeps an eye on. We have neighbors who keep an eye on each other, and she knows this gentleman was not leaving his house. So she called the cops, and they broke into his house, and they found him on the floor, I guess, not breathing well. So that's what the emergency vehicles were there for him. So I hope he's doing okay. I hope they got to him in time. It's nice. I mean, we get upset when people, breach our privacy to some parts, but the fact that she just noticed he wasn't doing well and like he wasn't around, and she called the police to have a check done on him. So that was good. Hopefully it saved his life or whatever. Um, so anyway, that was another emergency situation. Lots of emergency situations. And I'm up above a really busy street, and I could hear the other day was just like Tuesday was like, I was on the phone on our meeting, and there was just sirens going off like crazy. Anyway, so apparently bad day, full moon maybe, I don't know. So then I didn't go in Tuesday or Wednesday to the house because I needed to take care of stuff here, and I didn't feel like going in every day. It's expensive on gas. So I went in yesterday and set up our new phones and all that stuff. And we went and did some grocery shopping because we had to do that. And then $200 grocery shopping bill. But anyway, that is for my mom and I for like 2 weeks or better, hopefully. So my mom had a live. So anyway, I was trying to set up our telephones, and my mom was trying to go online and check out a book that she had on hold for an ebook, electronic book. And her iPad wouldn't let her, and she's like, I don't know what's going on. First it takes me to this weird website. I don't want to go through that. And now it says to go to the library. So I was like, all right, we'll just, maybe your library card's expired, because I don't know if that's how it is everywhere, but here you have to renew your library card every few years with a piece of mail to make sure you live where you're supposed to, because they're having people steal a lot of their stuff, I guess. Anyway, my mom and I used tons of the library, tons of it. I found a couple books to read, which is odd for me because I usually, if I do audios or, I'm usually doing handcrafts. So reading's hard because I can't read and, cross stitch. So anyway, come to find out, people are breaking into the library accounts. I'm like, OMG, really? So they had reset everybody's PIN number. So my mom just had to reset her PIN. So I went to go check out my books, and I had to reset my PIN, of course, which is fine. I at least knew what was going on. So that was exciting, right? And then we just went to Costco because we needed what did we need? We spent $100 at Costco, over $100 at Costco. What the hell do we need for $100? I don't know. Oh, well, we went for one of the rotisserie chickens because my mom wanted to make chicken broth. We love to make chicken broth out of their rotisserie chicken. And so we did that. And we got ground beef because we need ground beef. We got a pound cake, which was pretty expensive for dessert for both of us for a while. Package of Italian sausage because we put that in our spaghetti sauce, and once in a while we make Italian sausage sandwiches. What else did we get? D3 vitamins. If you can get a D3 test done medically, you should. If you're having a hard time sleeping, because if you have a low D3, that can bother your sleeping patterns. So anyway, but go get a test done. So anyway, we bought D3. So my mom's like, well, let's just go do self checkout. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. We have a few items, we can run them through. So I go up to where, the line is for the self checkout. There's like 2 open checkouts, and the lady's like, excuse me, I need to see your Costco membership. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? Costco, like, I didn't say that, but I was like, Costco membership to get into the self checkout to do a job that I wish they still did. So I'm like, so you're harassing me? I had to show it at the door to get in, and now I have to show it again. So I showed it again, and then I put it away, and then I had to, of course, at the machine, you have to scan your membership card right there. Otherwise, you ain't flipping checking out without. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe I was basically carded like 3 times. Which, I mean, I'm used to the door one and, of course, at the machine, at the cash register even. But to go into the self-checkout, they check your membership. Now, it makes me want to get rid of my membership, by the way. Really? Like, are you crazy? Like, that's just harassment, according to me. So anyway, that was that excitement. Let's see. Then we went to the grocery store, regular grocery store. That went fine. Spent another $100. It was $118, but with coupons it was less than $100. It was $90 some. So, yeah. Again, for 2 people for over 2 weeks, hopefully. So anyway, I then went back to the house and had to split things up and take care of things. And then I came back up here, and yeah, it was really hot. So I vegged most of the day. Oh, Sunday. I should tell you about Sunday. So I went downstairs to clean up, the cats throw the litter all over the place. So I just went to go clean up the litter downstairs that they had thrown out on Sunday. And I see, I clean it up, and I turn around, and there's a scorpion sitting on the wall. Now, I don't like scorpions. I don't like millipedes, centipedes. I don't like things like weird like that. So I had to kill a scorpion. I haven't seen any more down there, thankfully, but I did tell the owner of the house and the kitties, and they were like, or my clients, I should say. And they were like, oh yeah, I found one so far. One other one. Ooh. And I just worry about the cats, basically, going, ooh, something to play with. No, don't play with something that has a stinger on its back end. Has a nice tail that... No. Ugh. Our scorpions we have some that will make you pretty sick if you're not careful. We don't have like the ones that will, 3 steps and you're dead, thankfully. Yeah. So that was exciting. Exciting, yes. Finding nasty arachnid things. I think they're arachnid. I think they have multiple eyes and legs, and I think they're considered arachnid like thing. Ooh, I don't know. So anyway, yeah. So when I went down there today, every time I now go down there, I'm like looking around because scorpions can climb on walls and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, don't want one of those on me if there's any more. And I try to watch out too because I don't want the cats in them or anything if they happen to have a nest in there. Because it's in the ground and it's cool and dark, and they like that. And there's probably moisture from the washer and dryer from the washer, so they probably like that. So yeah, that was exciting. Cleaning is not exciting. I did that, like I said, last night because it was hot. It was cooler, I should say. So my cleaning is being done at night and in the mornings right now. And so I got that mostly done and took a shower because I was really hot and sweaty. And so it was nice and cool for going to bed. And I see our winds are coming up again. Our winds always come up. We had really bad winds the other night, and then I heard about Texas having a really bad tornado. And a couple people were killed, and that was the same, about exact same time frame that we had the winds. So apparently the winds were just around. We don't normally get tornadoes where I'm at because we have mountains that block that kind of formation happening. It doesn't mean that it hasn't happened because it can, but it's a little more rare where we're at. But we can get some really lovely winds. And my stupid phone kept saying it was only 22-mile-an-hour gusts, and I was like, that ain't no 22-mile-an-hour gusts. That's way higher than that. But it takes it a long time to like re-put in the information. And it said like, sustained like 4 or 6 miles, and I was like, no, that's not just 4 or 6 miles. It's blowing out there. Anyway, the winds are horrible. Everybody's allergies are going nuts again. But, and I think it does cool it down. It may cool it down today, which if we have a good amount of winds. And sometimes it just blows really hot air everywhere. Ugh. Anyway, heat index, our UV index is really high today because there's like the clouds have pretty much burned off. So I'm staying inside today. I have a couple Temu orders coming in. I will probably not be able to show you the things coming out of the bag because my mom will probably open them up because that's what she likes to do. She's like, oh, I'll make sure everything's here. So then I'll probably have to do another Temu haul like I did last time, sort of. So yeah, and then so I've decided we have flameless candles on our mantle. We have, how many do we have? We have 6. I think we have 6 flameless candles on our mantle. 6 or 7. I think it's 6. And, they kind of go through batteries pretty quickly. Not too quickly, because they're only on for like 6 or 8 hours, or, put them on a timer. But they do use up, AA and AAA batteries. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, and, they're kind of like $20-some for a pack of batteries at Costco. So I was like, and they go in the landfill. It's really bad. So I was like, hey, why don't we check out rechargeable batteries and see how they work for the flameless candles? And then maybe we can, kind of work our way into more things. Mom's like, that sounds like a good idea. I'm like, okay, so what size batteries do we need for the flameless candles? Because I was like, I think there's 2 different types. And she's like, oh no, this one, it's AAAs, it's AAs. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, we need, and there's 2 in a thing. So we need 12 AAs. Okay. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, they're ordered and I had to order a charger. There's this one brand called Pale Blue. I love to try them, but holy cow, expensive because they use, I don't know if it's, I guess because they have like 1,000 cycles you can use them for. And, these ones don't have 1,000 cycles. And also they have like, they're just charged by a USB and I think it's Type-C connector on them. Or micro USB, whatever. They actually, which is great, right? But holy moly, they're expensive. So I was like, well, maybe I invest in those later on. So anyway, we got the rechargeable batteries, and then I go home, and so I ordered the AAs and the charger. That'll take triple and double, thankfully. And I'm like, I swore there was 2 different types of batteries in these things. And so we have 2 different types of candles. They are 2 different brands. They look different. They're all white, off-white, but they are different. And sure enough, I pop open the other battery, the back of the other one of the other ones, and it's AAA's. And it takes 3 AAA's. I'm like, you know, this ticks me off with my family. Every woman is like this in my family, and I try not to be like this. Let me only give you half of the situation or solution or information. My sister's like that. My grandmother's like that. My aunt is horrible and is like that. My mom's like that. I'm like, you just gave me really bad information. So then we had to buy AAA's, and I had to buy 12. So I could have just bought a package of 6 AA's. Instead, I had to buy 12. She said, no, you need 12. So I bought 12 AA's, which is double the price. And then I had to buy 12 AAA's. Oh my gosh. So now it's like I could have saved a little money for us trying this out, you know? I was like, well, we're going to be flipping using these in everything now. Our remotes and everything at the price I just paid for everything. It just, you know, it's just, if someone asks you, like, hey, you know, if you have 2 different types of batteries, like maybe check 2 types of something, maybe check to make sure the batteries are the same in them. Holy moly. Or even just information, like don't go half-cocked on information. Because then you just make someone's life harder or your own, and like really, anyway, yeah, that did not make my life happy. Because now I have 2 different orders coming in. Batteries are not together, so the flameless candles aren't even going to be all running at the same time, so they're not going to run out at the same time. That kind of ticks me off. They usually run out around the same time. Anyway, whatever. And I bought more than I had to. So anyway, whatever. So I don't know. Some people use rechargeables in their smoke detectors. I guess that's fine if you keep, I would change them out every couple months or something. I don't know, you know. Just because usually, you know, everybody's like, oh, well, it's hardwired in. Yeah, but there's a battery backup, because if your power gets cut for some reason, you still have a smoke detector. Our CO2 is like that too. It's battery. It's all battery. It's not even wired in. I need to check the batteries in that. And if I could use rechargeables in those and just, you know, make sure I have them charged, that'd be good. That would be good. So I like that idea. And if I can use the little solar panel and charge the batteries off that little solar panel, like I want to, because my solar panel should be coming in today, I might be buying a few more solar panels. Because a few more solar panels, just because I'd really like to, like, you know, that'd be cool. Less stuff on our little, you know, capability off of our electric. Our electric is less than $60 a month, even on a bad month. It might be going up though, because with 90-degree days, over 90-degree days, we're probably going to start hitting our hundreds. The air is going to be on a lot more. So anyway, Mom was like, yeah, but I'm not using water, which is good because our water sources are low around here too. So that's the main reason we decided to go pay more money for the AC unit. So anyway, why is this in a knot? But anyway, yeah, I've looked into solar for our house, and I was like, yeah, we can't get enough panels in our backyard to even do anything, because you know, we're a condo. So I told Mom, I was like, well, if I just get little solar panels and we charge like our cell phones, our iPads, maybe our rechargeable batteries, our battery banks, anything that, like my speaker, just anything we can charge off of solar during the day, I thought I mean, it's not like it's going to do great on it. Like, you know, I mean, you're talking a couple little tiny solar panels, nothing major, right? But if they work and we do that, it's not so much saving us money as much as, think about all the people that it takes to run a nuclear power plant. Now, there's safety precautions, but these guys are these people, these humans, whatever you want to call them. Mostly it's men that work in this industry, but there's females too. But they all have to be around this radioactive stuff, which even with all the, protection, they still end up with, probably some radiation, more radiation absorbed than they should have, right? In their lifetime. And just think about that. Like, people are having, like, people have to move rods, they have to put, all this stuff, right? They have to move the old rods, they have to, and then they have the rods, even though they're out of fuel for the reactor, are not safe. What I like to see happen is that we could like make them go back to their natural state where they're not so radioactive. Now, where I live, we have tons of uranium. We have radon here. We have to be careful of because we have uranium mines. We've had uranium mines, and there's uranium around here. So and where I live, there's a higher thing of cancer because the water table does get contaminated from that, right? In different parts of the state. I don't know if it's where I'm at. You know, acceptable rates are really not acceptable in a way because it's still like your body still has to deal with that, right? So anyway, just think about that. Like, just, yeah. And I've been watching some people who, you know, have done radioactive research and stuff. So it's not the fact that, I mean, it's, yeah, Chernobyl may or may not happen again per se, but we still have people that have to be around all this stuff to maintain it and take care of it. So, more solar panels and more things like that, the less, hydro and stuff we can get, the less human life gets affected by it, right? I mean, it's still in the earth. It's not that it's not in the earth because it's still in the earth, and it can still affect us, but we'll have less stuff we have to refine for it. There's medical machines that work on it and stuff. I understand that, but just less people that have to be exposed to this, the better. Apparently Roundup uses something that's radiation, like I think it's radioactive Drew, or is it, I think that's who I was watching. He went to a state that he said it's from Roundup, and they use something out of this ore that's radioactive, and you could watch so they have all this slurry left, all this waste product that's very radioactive, and you watch this truck go up to the top of this huge pile and just dump this molten stuff, which it is deadly. It's got nasty mercury and radioactive materials coming off of it. The steam does, and the person driving the truck, how protected are they? And the people working in that plant, like I said, I don't know. This radioactive stuff is, I think it should stay in the earth, personally. But right now, our power is cleaner than fossil fuels and all that stuff too. But if I can just like reduce even my usage a little bit, and maybe little by little help that out, right? Where I use less and less, radioactive, the power grid, because most likely our power, most of it is from nuclear reactors. I think I'll feel better. So, Yeah, I've been watching way too many YouTube videos about radioactive disasters and how reactors work, and ugh, I've when I was a kid, Chernobyl scared the bejesus out of me, and it still does. The fact you can't feel it, you can't see it, you feel it whenever you're thrown up, and it's too late. Ugh. If you really want to be disturbed, or if you don't get disturbed by that stuff, go on YouTube and watch some things about radioactive disasters. We've had a few up in Los Alamos where people died within a few days from exposure from things. There are scientists messing around with it. So, one was actually an accident, but stuff is nasty. All I have to say, it's bad enough inside the earth, but we start refining it, it's even worse. And so far, there's no way of regressing it to its original state. So we don't have to have all the storage for these things, right? You're talking billions of years before it is safe for us to even deal with again without, protection. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, could some alien please come down if they're visiting us and tell us how we can create things that are like power without radiation, right? Like, yeah. Nikola Tesla was doing that supposedly, and so was a few other places. The pyramids they have that whole thing that was a generator. I'd like to look into some things like that if we could, please, but the solar panels are nice. You just need a lot of property to, get enough wattage, and then you do have to deal with your lithium ion batteries are radioactive. Lithium's it's got a radioactivity to it. So your cell phones, all that, anything that has those batteries, lithium, alkaline batteries are not, I don't think they're as radioactive, if at all. Acid batteries, I don't think are either. But your lithium ion definitely are. So I'm sure if I got a Geiger counter on this sucker, it would probably, yeah, give me some radioactive clicks. So if we could come up with, other ways of making batteries too, because that's how you you have to have those massive batteries to power a solar system. Like, not really power the solar panels, but the solar energy. You have to have battery banks to hold it for use at night. So, I mean, I don't know what it takes to make one of those either. I don't know how they refine that or anything. I should look it up. So yeah, I've been totally paranoid myself over radioactivity lately, and like how much plutonium does reactor use? Well, it uses so there's these pellets. I don't know how big these pellets are. They don't show you, but there's these pellets that are in a tube, which is shielding, and they're about 12 feet long, and a reactor uses anywhere for 174 to 200 and some of these rods. And they don't even last that long, by the way. It seems like every 18 months they have to change them out. So that's a lot of rods to have to store, right? And I guess they change them out in different sequences. I don't know. I haven't watched all all these things. But when they change them out, there's only so much that is robotic right now. There's still human interaction with those things, and there's even nuclear reactor cleaners that have to go clean, things that are probably radioactive. And that all creates the radioactive waste, which has to be, dug into the ground. which it naturally came from the ground, but still not at that kind of strength. Anyway, it's just scary. So I am for solar and better wind and hydro. And, if anything else can be, any other ways would be great. Maybe, maybe not. Yes, I'm like looking at the solar. I mean, you do have to be careful. If you buy solar panels, you are talking about direct current. You can't, and once it hits the sun, it starts to direct current. You definitely want to make sure you're safe when messing with that and keep it, your panel in the shade if you're, I'm gonna have to be careful because, I mean, mind you, my little, it doesn't take a lot of watts to kill someone, but um, I'm gonna try to be careful, and but yeah, so it's still energy. It's still, electricity. It's very dangerous if you're doing it yourself, which a lot of people do. Like may not be radioactive, but it's still dangerous. But yeah, I'm still looking into solar panels. I'm not looking into like even 100-watt solar panel. I might get up to 100 watt. I like a I don't know. I like a 20 watt, 20, like something like that. Just a 35 watt, whatever it is, something just like I said, just enough to. We'll see about this one I just got from Temu, but just something to charge, my battery bank, my cell phone, um, things like that. And you have to keep this stuff out of the sun too when you're charging these things. So you have to have long enough cords to keep them in the shade. So you have to be aware of that, So, yeah, I guess I have to do that. Just do it this way. So that's what I think makes me feel guilty about nuclear reactors a lot is the really harshness to the earth and the human sacrifice that is every day. These people, have to be in this. So we have power. So yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole if you can help it. Because then I was trying to find really stupid, easy mind stuff because, yeah. Just to get my brain off of that. Person set their alarm off again, or her alarm just goes off almost every day. I'm like, your alarm is very sensitive. I was thinking about getting, and I'm still thinking about getting a power bank, a bigger one, like $100 one or something for like if the power grid does go down, that we can plug in our, what I say, like our modem, so we have like, internet and a radio at least, and we can charge our cell phones and stuff. And I want to try to get one that will accept a solar panel, so that way if I can get a solar panel to do that instead of powering it up off the grid to recharge it, right? But yeah, about $100 bank might do that. I won't be able to do our refrigerators or anything like our refrigerator, freezer, I should say. Our stove and oven is electric, so that won't work. And I don't even know if there's a heavy enough power bank to handle that. There might be, but it's probably like $5,000. I'm like, no, thank you. But just, a way to, keep in contact if the power grid goes down for any length of time. Of course, first thing I'd be doing would be eating all the stuff out of my refrigerator and freezer. And I try to keep my propane tank filled for our gas grill, because if nothing else, you can use that to cook on. Until your propane runs out and you can't get any more. But anyway, we don't have a lot of propane tanks. My grandmother has a grill and it's connected to natural gas. It's a natural gas grill. That scares the bejesus out of me. I mean, it'd make just a really bad explosion, I guess. I mean, so would a propane tank. But that gas would be dispensed very quickly because there'd be only that one cylinder. As where natural gas line, that keeps going until the line gets shut down. But that's what she has. Her inside is gas too. She has a gas stove, not her oven though. May have to go to her house if something happens. None of us have generators. I think my aunt and uncle do now. We don't really have room for a generator. Again, you have to have propane, or you can get gasoline generators. But then you have to have gasoline around, and we just really don't have space to safely store any of that stuff. And I don't know how much propane a generator takes up. Probably more than my little Rhino or American Gas propane tank is. So, yeah. I have to go get that filled up anyway. I think it's low, and we're talking about doing a early 4th of July meal because I go to work on the 5th. So we might do it early just so that way, I'm not trying to get ready and do a meal for the family. I think Mom said we're going to do shish kebab for everybody. So, and everybody is like 4 people, 5 people. My grandmother, my aunt and uncle, and myself. That's the 5 people. That is really the extent of our family here. Yeah, we have a few others, but not too many. So, yep. So we're gonna do that. I think Mom and I have to get ourselves together and invite people. And we're at Dollar Tree. I bought some American flag plates and some napkins and some glow-in-the-dark bracelets, just for fun. Not gonna get too carried away. Not fireworks or anything like that. So, but yeah, we're gonna have steak shish kebab and watermelon maybe, and I don't know. Rice, I guess, with shish kebab. I don't know what all we're gonna do. Have some hors d'oeuvres. Think probably have some shrimp cocktail and a dip and some chips. Nothing major. Nothing like we used to do. There's a lot of stitching. Even by a 40 by 40, which is not even all picture. 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter. They're still losing quite a bit, but so the picture's what? Maybe 25 centimeter by 25 centimeter or 30 by 30. There's a lot here. Or 35 by 35 centimeter. I don't know for the picture. There's still a lot of stitching. Yeah, I have bigger ones. Oh, this doesn't take that long. Yes, it does. I really haven't stitched much lately. Just kind of tired and cleaning house, and then I don't get where I want to be, and then I get kind of like, like, well, I'm not gonna do anything. But now it's too warm to be cleaning until later on this evening, whenever the sun goes down and it cools down. So I'll be cleaning at like 9, 10 o'clock at night tonight. But that's okay. It'll get done. Hopefully. I have the mop and I brought it back because Mom didn't get the floors done when I took it back, and then I was gonna like do the floors yesterday, but oh my goodness, like after running around in 90-degree heat, and yeah, that not my, I just, yeah, I don't do heat well. I did actually use my air conditioner on the way home in my car, and it still works because I don't use it very often. So there went my lovely gas mileage right there. Oh well. I didn't want to be super hot and tired by the time I got back up here. So, but I still had to get myself a drink with lots of ice in it and just sit and veg under the fan until the evening hours. The sun went down, and yeah, the swamp cooler could catch up. Because face it, the water is out there right now really hot, and so not really cool air coming in yet. That's the way swamp coolers are. Some days it's like, yeah, you might as well be sitting in a sauna. We have now refrigerated air, but like I said, that's gonna probably make our electric bill go through the roof. It wasn't. We barely used the heat. We barely used the air for a couple months, so our electric bill was like 40 some dollars. So now it's, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go up to 60 or something. Because yeah. My mom is gonna use it even though she likes it up to like, holy moly, like 79. Okay. She was nice. I was gonna like text her and say, hey, do you think you could turn the air down to like 75 before I get home? And I didn't text her that. I thought that might be a little rude. I'd just go up there and turn it off. But when I came in, the house was nice and cool. She's like, I turned the air down for you. I was like, thank you. Thank you. I got a few hours of enjoyment. I don't even know how many solar panels it would take to run that kind of system. Probably over 1,100 watts. I don't know. I thought I saw like 500 watt solar panels, but I'm not sure. You can buy used ones that are 240 or 280, something like that. I thought, well, that's pretty good. But they're pretty, and they're not even, they're 40 some dollars, but you have to buy like 10 of them. So from this company called Santan or something like that. And like, wow, I can't do anything with a pallet of those suckers. I don't have room for them. So it's like, I'm not gonna buy a $41 panel. Their limit is like, I think 10. So yeah, I'm like, okay, that won't work for me. Again, no property to put them on. So not usable for me anyway. Well, everyone, have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and I hope this video is a little bit better than my iPhone 8. So, I know the subject matter isn't. Same subject matter, same me, but maybe the picture's better and the sound, who knows. Anyway, like I said, take care, and I'll see you around sometime. I just got this Bluetooth to the phone because my other phone, it was Bluetooth too. And I realized that nothing else that I use is Bluetooth to this phone. That did not go over from my other phone. So I gotta go. I don't have all my Bluetooth stuff with me, of course, but as I use it, I'll Bluetooth it to this phone. So anyway, have a great day. Bye.